Hi, this is Military Modeller Paul with my update on my Tamiya Churchill 1/35 scale Mark VII, which is a group build with which I started with the Armistice Memorial and Armistice build, and I'm really pleased with how it's going so far. I've got to do a bit of matte varnish. I think you can see a bit of sheen on the actual paintwork, but that will be toned down with a bit of matte varnish later on, making sure I don't hit my periscope, so I should be giving a bit of masking around that. And I've done a bit of weathering. You can see all the way around here. Actually, it looks more weathered when you look at the eye than what you do on the camera, which is a great shame. But you can see it, and it's actually around all sides, around the front, and all on around this area around here and everything. It's not overly done, but I will put a bit more on once I match it in with the actual bases you can see in build. I decided to do a small diorama. The first one, well, the second one, because the first one I did was a small kit that I've left in the shop at Faversham for displaying bits and pieces there. It was a simplified one. This is the first time I've used ground base, which I'll be using for my next one as well. That I actually used to get the track prints. I actually used the rubber tracks that come with the Tamiya kit, which I didn't use. I used the AVF club ones, and to do that. But then when I got them laid, I actually, to get the tracks for this, I actually put cling film over it and pushed the tracks down into the actual plaster, and then once it was then lifted it up, and that's it, and let it dry. And then I painted 2 or 3 different coats of brain. It hasn't finished yet. I've got to do some more, darker in the middle and a bit of lighter on the outside, and then a lot of groundwork to go on it as well. So nothing fancy, no fences, no posts anywhere. It's just going to be just a basic vignette like this. The next one will be a little bit bigger with buildings on it, and that will be with another vehicle, which we'll be building at some point in the future as a group build again, or a buddy build. Anyway, so here we go. So just go now. I think you can see the periscopes a little bit better as well. You can actually see the shine. That's basically silver paint inside the actual periscopes, and then when it was all dry, painted black again underneath the bottom bits, because obviously you try and keep it as thin as we can for the glass element, and then put in crystal clear over the top of that in a nice big lump, and that left a lovely glazed look at it. It's a bit like it is in the museums when you look at them, and they're sort of silverish. There you go. So you can see that. It's all around the front as well. Now see, I've got a star painted on the front. I noticed on the Britain vehicle it did have that. This is the first version of Britain I'm doing. I'm going to do another one with all the mods that I've seen in the photograph. I noticed the photograph halfway through this build, so I would have gone differently. But I decided the model is so cheap. I've already got another photo etch set in the box as well. I just need a barrel at some point in the future to do it, and then I will build it again, but using what I've seen in the photograph of doing, because in the photograph that bad shield there isn't there. So it may have been at the beginning D-Day, but I think they just took it off. It must have got wiped off or scrubbed off. But anyway, but it'd be another interesting build. I enjoyed doing this one, so I know full well that I can redo that. And this base could actually be used for that vehicle. I could swap them over. But anyway, so you can see the track's got a bit of wear. Bit more weathering on that later on. Bit of a silvering where it's hit the road. It's come off the road. And I want a bit more dust and stuff to do on here. I'm also going to do some splashes along the side, which I can do with a brush and flick it. So yeah, and I'm going to put some stuff on the bins as well. And if you notice, the periscopes up here have got the same silvering as what these have as well. It's just you can't see it quite so much, but it is there. All the aerials are on. I think I've done it before. Coming around, I think you can see the dirt in there a little bit. You can see the dirt inside there. I've got it in. Of course, with the next build, I will leave this top bit loose so I can actually pop it on and off, and then put the tracks on and get all the mud in there. A much easier way of doing it. But it's still really nice. I'm really happy with it. The rust, after watching we've been discussing photographs that Greg sends me, and I send him photographs the other way as well, showing our build progress. And I think you can see now, if I bring this around a bit more, there's a bit more rust and chips on the side there, and a little bit rusty wear on top of it where the rust is coming through the paint. I've done it slightly different. Greg's done rust on it and then put a bit of paint left on it, and I've done the opposite way. I've got the rust coming through with most of the paint left on it, so we've both done slightly different, but I'm still really pleased with it anyway. Not so much chipping at the moment, but on my next version there will be a bit more. Quite pleased with that. You can see that if I just put this down a bit lower. Oh no, you can't, doesn't matter. But basically along here I've actually got the mud coming around the side and sitting on the side underneath here. as well, all there, so it's good. So going round, it's a nice build, like I said, and I think it was about £22. I think the other kit I got, the same one, checked it over, it's perfect, so it's going to really look nice. So I'm really pleased with that. The turret still goes around and moves. I don't know whether you can notice the different green on the bottle. I've done a slightly different green because it's all green. It just stands out a little bit, with a bit of a shine on it. So yeah, so, and this was hand painted to start, that's why it doesn't look exactly perfect, but then again, if it was painted on by the crew, it most probably wouldn't have been. But I've got a mask for the next one I do, so that'd be okay as well. So yeah, so come around. I think you can just see the actual periscopes anyway. But yeah, so if I come back round here, leave it as that, that's the way we look. I put it back around there. Because this actual dial is all closed up and proceeding, isn't just entering the battle area, and it's just closed up because it get near the enemy lines. And that's the reason for it. So I'll be getting on with this now. I'm going to miss cars stopping and my figure's going to be primed, but I'm going to put that to one side a little bit until I've had a little bit more of a study on figure painting. But this a bit, I'll be carrying on with this now. So thank you very much for watching, and I'll catch you on the next update. But as I said, there's a bit more weathering to be done on the Churchill, and a bit of toning it down with a bit of matte varnish as well. So there you go. Thank you very much. Happy modelling.